up to me. It's up to the players. And here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hecate. We have the South Korean Zerg player representing CranKy Gaming. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, currently teamless, but he just hooked down Hyperion. It is Noinsung. Oh boy. Again, an up-and-coming Korean player from what I know. And it's exciting because I'm unfamiliar with this name, right? When I think of the up-and-coming Koreans, I think of like Farmy, I think of Fork, I think of Honmono, Quanta, Jinio, a little bit less Percival, he's a little bit more established. But I guess Percival, Stephen Curry, 3 Point. There's another Protoss player that is slipping my mind. But yeah, there are a lot of like up-and-coming players in Korea that really rose through the ranks in basically since 2020, since the COVID era of StarCraft. Noinsung, though, is a new face. He is a new face to me, and despite casting ESL Asia every single week, yeah, I haven't really seen much of him at all, so I'm excited. I'm excited to be reintroduced to him, or introduced to him, and excited to see how well he performs, and even how he compares to some of the other up-and-comers. I mean, I say that a lot of the players that I mentioned are now a little bit more inactive, more so than they used to be, which is a shame. Like, I love Quanta, you know, I'm a massive Quanta fan, massive 3 Point fan, massive Stephen Curry fan as well. So I hope to see them reappear once again, and yeah, I'm hope to see Noinsung even make more of a name for himself. Go toe-to-toe with some of the best in his region. Go toe-to-toe with Dark. For now, Hashgas Pool, standard opener here from our Zerg player. Likewise, racks expand into a factory. Now we have one factory. we have one. Are we going to get more? We need to keep our eye on the production tab. Do we get a second? Do we get a third? Do we get a fourth factory? I hope not. First Reaper gets across the map. Is looking to get some damage done. He goes for the drone and up. He wants it. Up. Oh, and he will not get the drone as it barely does escape. Forces a cancel. Behind this, Dark can take his third base as well. So far, not losing. Oh, good! The drone barely escapes. Dark, calm down. Noinsung, calm down. And in the end, he doesn't quite get much of anything. Forced a spore and forced a cancel, so some lost minerals, but nothing too major. Reaper coming in once again. He still wants that drone. And he will get it. The drone goes down, but now we are deep in creep, and we do manage to barely slip away. Up, or do we? Oh, the jukes are real, and we will not slip away. That was not quite worth it. One drone for a Reaper. With that, Noinsung is in the dark, and there it is. We have the second and third factory. It is the same build. I'm of two minds of this. I think this is unexpected, yes. But I do think that this is weaker on Hecate. The rush distance by ground on Hecate is a lot longer compared to Golden Aura. So this isn't going to snowball as quickly out of control as it would have on a map like Golden Aura or Oceanborn or something like that. So we'll see how much success Noinsung gets, especially with a Roach Warren already on the way. We're talking about Dark of all players, and if you're familiar with Dark, if you've seen many of his games, then you would know the Dark, his spirit animal, is the Roach. He loves it. He likes it. He goes Roaches very frequently here against every single race, against Terran especially. I'm not saying he can't go Ling Bane, but Roach openers are very commonplace for Dark against Terran, and he will happen to be not, I wouldn't say hard countering, but having a really good unit here and utility unit against what is coming his way against Hellions and Cyclones. It is something that Hyperion lacked. You know, it's something that Hyperion, he threw down his Roach Warren as a reaction a little bit later. By the time he did, it was too late. By the time he did, the army was already knocking down his front door. Here, the opposite is the case. Here, there are already Roaches in production. They're already coming out. Dark will already be ready for this. He doesn't even know what's happening. Dark, he hasn't seen anything. He saw Hellions and that's it. Well, he just happens to be going for this army composition anyway. Unless he's familiar with his opponent. That's also possible. Meanwhile, Lings are fanning out here to try to get a scout and get a read of what's going on. And they will see the Cyclones. The army has been spotted. And now Dark is getting ready back at home. The Roach Ravager turns back around. Lings on the way. I love that we spread out the Lings here in preparation of a surround. Waiting to lure the army onto creep. And here we go. Dark, he pulls the trigger. He's coming in from behind. Oh, has to be careful to be too premature, but the Lings, they do get a surround here on these Cyclones. They help lock them down. The Roach Ravager chases down whatever they can, and just like that, Noinsung, he loses 3 Cyclones. He's down to 2. Oh, he has got more on the way, to be fair. Dark has to be careful to overextend, as he is being caught out. It's quite a lot of Cyclones that he has to deal with. The reinforcements are on the way. Third base being taken on location. Noinsung, quite greedy here. As he does focus down a couple of the Ravagers, but here come the reinforcements, and Dark, he's just trading too well. Shutting down as many of these Cyclones as he can. Oof. And once again, pulling back those weakened Ravagers, making sure he breaks the lock on. The wall soon to be broken. That third CC will not finish. And that's a kill, not a cancel on the orbital. Behind this, Dark is droning. He's getting a lair. He's chilling. He's having fun. He's enjoying himself. He knows he's ahead. And even at this point, he could dive in with his Lings. There are only 2 Hellions to support these Cyclones. But it looks like Dark, yeah, he does commit. He's just waiting for reinforcements, and he goes for a full surround. The Biles! Oh, the Biles connect. GG gets called, and Dark will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. A solid game there from Dark from start to finish. Again, he didn't quite know what he was up against, but he was opening up roaches anyway. He ended up scouting the push. Once he did, he set up here for the surround. His roaches, with his Ravagers, with his Lings, and he completely shut down that army and shut down that game. GG. With that, Dark takes the lead, but it's the best of 3. Noinsung has the opportunity here to fight back, to put a point on the board. I want to believe. As game number 2 is on Golden Aura. Okay. We're back. This is the ace match, or this is where Noinsung took the ace match against Hyperion. We'll see if he can make some magic happen here as well against his current opponent. He's gonna need as much luck as he can get. And here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have the best Zerg player in all of South Korea, representing CranKy Z Gaming, looking to avenge his fallen teammate in Hyperion. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player, currently teamless, down in this series, but not out. It is Noinsung. Go. Sleep is for humans, not AI like live VIP. Switch. I like it to be on record that I do enjoy sleeping. Okay, I like the sleep, but just because I like it doesn't mean that I get to indulge in it. Smooch. As we do see a Rax on the low ground here from Noinsung. Interesting, so he's going for a Rax factory. He's not going for the Beyond low ground 2 Rax. That is not the case here for our Terran player. But I appreciate that he is mixing up his builds, and he is mixing up his openers. Here we go. There it is. This is going to be a Rax into expand into, I'm pretty sure, a factory on the low ground. But we'll see how Noinsung pieces this all together. As across the map, Dark goes for a hatch, gas, pool, standard opener out of our Zerg player. Again, Dark opting to be the reactor. I mean, I say the reactor in this series. He often likes to dictate the pace of the game. That's why he does like going roaches as well. He has the option to be aggressive. As we have our Rax expand from Noinsung. Again, soon we should be working on that wall here on the low ground as well. And interesting, he opts to skip his Reaper this time. He's going to go into a Marine first. Second Marine to shut down this Overlord into that reactor as well. Oof. Overlord goes down, and there's that factory. So, again, this is the Special opener. Special has been doing this for many years and has recently caught on. Recently, some of the Koreans like Maru, Kyor, and Gumiho, they have been doing this as well. And I'm sure that Noinsung got it from them, not from Special. But Special did popularize this opener. Oh my god, not this variation though. It's going to be a 3cc before Starport. Okay. Interesting. A very economic opener. Meanwhile, Dark is vein busting. Dark, he's cutting workers at 21. Baneliness is thrown down. Lings are on the way, and Dark is looking to bust his opponent. And this natural base is looking a little bit vulnerable. We do have that depot as a part of the wall. That is going to be the target. Starport is thrown down, so we're not going into a mech opener. We're not going into a mech composition. Not yet, at least. But here we go. 20 Lings in production from Dark. He wants to end this here and now. These Lings, I'm sure, are about to be morphed into those Banelings. We're waiting for them as the Baneling nest is done, and there it is. The Banelings are on the way. 6 of them in total. Now 7th. Soon to be an 8th. Ling gonna try and get a scout off. Try to get a read of the situation. There are some Hellions to defend. The Hellions will complicate things. They can do quite a lot of splash damage. Oh, and risky add-on swap. And here we go. The Banelings are waddling on in. The Hellions are out of position. No, the Hellions are not here. There is one. But the wall has been broken. The Lings, they flood into the natural, into the main base as well. There's one Hellion to defend. And the Lings, they go right for it. The Banelings are not too far behind either. The SCVs. The Banelings don't quite know what to detonate on, but they're going for the mineral line. And they will bust in. SCVs are falling left and right. So once again, we are now down to 2 Hellions. They're barely alive. And even if Noinsung cleans this up, what does he have left? Oh my god, as the Banelings, they crash in. And they're going for the last Hellion. They get it. Ah. And that is going to be all she wrote. We're down to 9 SCVs. Lings continuing to flood across the map. The wall has been sealed. I spoke too soon. The wall gets broken down again. We do have a Banshee to clean things up, make it back at home. Queens are on the way. I imagine Spores will be on the way as well. GG gets called, and Dark takes the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. Congratulations to Dark as he asserts his dominance here, and he does take the series. But a shout out to Noinsung, because again, I'm unfamiliar with him, and he does seem to be an up-and-coming Korean player. To take down Hyperion, no easy feat, and I hope he learns from this series, and I hope that he enjoyed his run here tonight. Well played. Well played indeed. As we are getting ready for our next best of 3. As we message some players and get things going. Again, Dark, he is one of the favorites to take the entire tournament, or I should say one of the favorites to go for a deep run. Like, I say take the tournament, but there are a lot of big names here. There's Kyor, there's Hero, there's Byun. It's quite competitive. Very competitive tournaments, very competitive scene here amongst these Korean players, so it isn't cut and dry. And even our next series could go either way. Up next, it is what we have been waiting for. It is Dark versus Classic. Some of the best of their respective races in Korea will be duking it out here in a best of 3. They do face off quite often, and typically I would say that Dark is the favorite player, but Classic has taken down Dark in the past. Has taken maps, has taken series. He can do it again.